it's a different work mentality now too. People don't work at the corner store or out in the field, and, you know, stop the tractor and go pick up the fire truck and go to call anymore. Half of them or more probably don't even live in or work in the community they live in. So, as we can see how many volunteers we've lost here since I've been here, our attrition rate is crazy. They start and either leave for a professional job or figure out that the time commitment is too much, or they decide to go to school or get married or leave the community. Or
that's changed for 21 as well as.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
every.
And like I said, you know, initially when we were more a part-time paid, and being close to Western, we had a nice draw for that. However, times are changing, and we would still have that, you know, potentially have that draw, but we haven't, as a joint district, we have not been able to continue that. So it just hasn't happened.
Well, to be fair, it's also been the union saying that they don't want. It's not like South Walken can't do it.
Yeah.
There's a huge change in the fire industry as well with people hiring. 6 years ago, they weren't, and now it's like you can barely keep a volunteer. So I think there's a difference between just not being able to get them and the attitude of the department wanting them or not. Because I do think that you can get volunteers if you try.
Hey Joe, it's just curiosity, and I should know this answer, but for whatever reason it evades me. So let's just hypothetically just say we've got a tone out and our volunteers go out, let's say from Delta Station, and they're out for 2 hours, okay, or hour and 45 minutes, and they're back at the station and gone out. What does each one of those volunteers get paid in their stipend? What do they actually take home?
I believe that for a 2-hour period, it's $28.
Okay.
That's a reimbursement, stipend reimbursement.
Right. Okay. So it's just shy of a $15 an hour.
Yeah, about that.
$15 an hour payment. Okay.
But,
And I was just,
it's never been about the money.
yeah, no, it's just
It's never
but
happened.
times have been changing, and that's why I was just asking if it was sort of the similar systems that come out of Skagit County. And I know it's a different atmosphere in Skagit as it is here. And yes, they struggle with volunteers too, but I was just trying to put 2 and 2 together to see if it was roughly on the same page, and it is.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we had actually wanted to have a little bit of a discussion about volunteers at the meeting today, so this is kind of a good segue right into that. John, you had brought up a request and talked about it. What prompted that?
So I got an email from a gentleman that applied for North Wacom as a volunteer. He heard through the grapevine that there was a resident program available at Symbian. And he forwarded the response that he got from North Wacom to me, that there was no volunteer program and no resident program available. And then he was asked to seek volunteerism elsewhere. So my questions were, what happened to our resident program? How many volunteers do we have, separate from the tender group and the rehab group, active volunteers? And the last time that we did something as North Wacom Fire Rescue volunteer-wise, I think dates back to 2015, when we had a retention, or a day of what it looks like to be. So this was kind of thrown in my face of, do you have a program? Yes or no? And I couldn't answer. I went to the website today and found out that more information is coming soon if you want to join as a volunteer.
So you kind of caught me off guard. I apologize. I did not know that correspondence took place. I was privy to the first correspondence. You had copied me on that, but the response I had not heard about. So I would like to get some answers before I can really speak intelligently on that.
And that's, you know, wasn't on the agenda, so it was
No,
not
yeah.
something we expect you to answer today.
Yeah.
But we wanted to bring the issue.
I appreciate that. I really do. I'd like to have an answer for that. I really would. I'm not sure what the wording was. So
response that he got to you as well. So I did send it to the other commissioners, so.
Is that name familiar? Is that something?
Yeah, the kid actually works for one of the airlines.
No, I mean the
The
person who
person
responded.
that responded.
Who is that?
Marcia Dickinson, Training Division.
She's the one that sent that out?
Who is she?
Yeah, she's our part-time training assistant.
Well, we'll let you look into that.
Thank you.
Move forward, move forward.
I appreciate that. Yeah. I'll get some answers for you.
I don't have it in my current email
So, is
I
there,
know,
is there, I had the impression
What's that?
from
Resident
his
program?
chief that there were 2 residents in that part-time program, so.
We have, I'll give you, about a 12-month snapshot of our resident program. So we put together a brand-new resident program within the last 12, 16 months or so. New policy procedure. We've done a lot of work at Station 62, which would be our resident house. And we had several individuals that had signed up for the program and at the last minute, backed out. We interviewed a lot of people. We had one resident that actually moved in, and within a week, she moved back out, just changed her mind, moved back out. So we really struggled getting interested people out there. I can tell you that we do have a resident program. I apologize for that. I need to find out why that went out. But we do have a resident program. We just really struggle getting people. We have found over the years that one of the biggest drawbacks to using 62 is it's so far away from most of the classes which are in Skagit. So although we provide great training, a place to live, again, the opportunity to work on shift with full-time folks, the commute from the Semyomu station down to Skagit Valley College and back for a young student has been strenuous. We had, Chief Hollander, how many years ago did we have that full of people? Is it 7, 8, 9 years ago?
6 or 7 years ago, we had 4 in there for almost 8 months. But one by one, they got hired or they went to a different department. It takes a lot to manage it too, a lot of staff time. And, just finding the time to manage those people. It happened to be 4 women, I think, at the same time, females that we brought in. We ended up hiring one for the 4. So, it's been a challenge for many years.
I'll get some more answers for you though.
We should have that email.
But as you know, it's a problem we've been dealing with for a long time, is volunteer and part-paid positions that just aren't like they used to be. And that's something we have to take into consideration moving forward, decide what we're gonna do, so. I guess keep talking about it and think about it, and that would help us when the master plan gets here, have everything gotten together, give them all the information, hopefully get some direction from them. Anything more on that? I think we pretty well.
Beat that dead horse.
Do you want to, do we need to update this to correct those?
Are we supposed to sign this today, or was this just a?
Just information.
Just information.
I will definitely move that over to legal and have him refresh it if need be and make sure that it's correct.
Okay.
I think just, the last date we have is 2015 in this, so if we could get that updated
We can.
and signed. Or, are we talking continuing this until either party chooses to stop it? Or is this an agreement that we had signed for 5 years and then renewed it for 5 years?
It automatically rolls over every
It
5
does.
years, so I think the next one, the next, 2021 is the end of the next 5-year period.
Okay.
And either party does have the right to terminate, but if it doesn't, then it just automatically rolls over.
Okay. So maybe we can make that clearer in the document and have that as a current one.
Okay. Next thing on the agenda is fire marshal working agreement, that's actually gonna be part of the executive session. So we'll talk about that there. It's, public employment and review and performance of a public employee, excuse me. We'll move on to resolution 2019-03 and 04. These are for surplus mobile data computers, and the second one is for surplus board tender. So you wanna?
I'd like to pass that over to Chief Hollander. He wrote the resolutions. He can answer all your questions.
So if you remember the last year and a half, we've been upgrading all